Hi, my name is Chris Truitt, and today I'm going to be telling you about QuickBooks Self-Employed. I think that this is the best software that you can use to manage your finances as a self-employed person. Someone like me, that I do wedding videography, to photographers, to like if you own like an Etsy shop or like basically your own business, any sort of business that you do on your own where you need to manage your finances, this program is for you. So this is just the logo here. Wanted to have that in the background while I was introing it. So let's go ahead and we're gonna jump right into the software. It can be run in your browser, and it also has a app. I believe it's on iPhone and Android. So it makes it super easy to access it from anywhere. So also a quick note, I'm going to be blurring out a lot of the information. I will show you the tabs and everything that's not pertaining to me, but if it's anything pertaining to my finances, I won't be showing it, but you still will get a very good overview of what the software is. So this is the home page of QuickBooks Self-Employed. When you get logged in, you get a lot of information here that kind of shows your profit, loss, your expenses, your accounts, how many accounts that you have connected, what taxes are due, your mileage, and your invoices that are unpaid. So, and this is basically a general overview of what this software offers you. You can look at your profit and your losses at a glance real quick and see what if you're spending too much, if you're not getting enough income, if your income is where it should be. You can see it real quick in a graph here. But then it also tracks your expenses, so you can connect your bank accounts if you have multiple, and you can also connect your credit cards like that, so you can see all of your transactions, and then you can decide if they're business or personal expenses, which is a lifesaver because it's basically accounting right here in the app, and it's super simplified. So along the top here, you can also see what your taxes are going to be. Mine are blurred out. But so let's go to transactions here, and this is the beef of the program here. It's going, since you basically, for it to work, you need to connect your bank accounts to it. So you'll see all of your transactions for your bank account, and in the type here, I'm gonna go ahead and go in and undo some of these, just so you can see kind of like what happens. I can decide if this is a business or personal. And that just kind of helps later on when it comes to taxes and your accounting and stuff like that, what will be counted for deductions and stuff like that. So that's another thing. This software helps and gets you the deductions that you need on taxes. And we'll get to taxes in a second. But so for this transaction, it was a business expense, and it was for advertising. I'll show this I'll show the category so you can see. And then the other one was a business meals. I was out, and I needed to buy lunch while I was out, and so that counts as a deduction as well. So basically, it will take every single transaction that you have on your credit card or your banks, and then you can decide what category it fits under. And then each category, they have, let's see. These are all the categories here. Let's go show all categories. So these are all the categories that you can do. It's a huge list that basically covers everything. There's been a few things that I've kind of had to more or less decide what it's supposed to be, what it's similar to. But all the important things are there. So you can also add your receipts. I don't do that yet. I need to, but this is a very easy way. If you're keeping your receipts, you can straight up drag and drop it onto the software, and I believe it can read it for you. But most of my transactions are over card, so you have it kind of saved there. So let's go to the next tab. Let's go to miles. This is another important thing. This is a very good place to get deductions on your taxes as a self-employed person. So every mile that you drive for business purposes, you can log in here and get deductions on your taxes. So there's also on the app version, you can auto detect miles. Like if you only have a vehicle that is used for business, that's the only way that I see that being useful. But otherwise, whenever you move from location to location, it's tracking your miles. So for me, as a wedding videographer, I'm really only driving for business miles on weekends. So every other time that I'm driving during the week, I don't need that categorized for miles. So I go ahead and I manually input the miles that I drive, and it gives me a tax deduction, which is awesome. Next is taxes. So it's fetching my data. So I actually, oddly enough, I had to switch over to Safari. For whatever reason, the tax profile or the tax tab itself was not loading in Chrome. It makes no sense. But anyway, so let's move on to the taxes. So this is the quarterly taxes tab. This is what you're gonna, in my mind, look at the most. It's going to tell you what tax payments are coming up and on what date. Also, and this will actually update in real time. When you categorize your transactions, you can actually see your taxes go down, which is always a very good feeling. But the other thing, this is very important. When you get this software, don't just expect to like, oh, it's September, what is it, September 17th when these are due. Let me just log in real quick and pay. It takes a little bit of preparation before that. So when you click this Pay Now option, I recommend doing the online option. And it takes a little bit of extra work, but you don't have to deal with mail, which is a little frustrating to me for some reason. But anyway, so you want to go to this eftps.gov website and you want to enroll. And the reason why you have to do this in advance is because they will mail you a code and a PIN. And that is very important. That is a very important document when you get that. And you need to save that, and you'll have to input that, I believe, every time that you pay your quarterly taxes on this website. And once you get that, again, save that. It's very important. You just fill it out, fill out your EFTPS information and the amount that you're going to pay towards your taxes, and then click continue, and it will, or pay whatever comes up, and you're good. You've paid your quarterly taxes. So this is a very, very cool and convenient feature. It's just, I just want to stress that because this is something that happened to me personally. Is I was using this software for probably a few months, and then I saw like, oh, my first quarterly tax payment's coming up. Let me just go in and pay it. And then I realized like, oh crap, it takes a little bit of time for this to come in the mail from the EFTPS. So it's just a warning. Please go do that before it is quarterly tax time so that you can pay these on time. So that's taxes. This is a very important big part of the software, and this is what made me want to really purchase the software, is because when I was first starting out doing the business, taxes blew my mind. I had no idea what to do with taxes, and this software, it explained it to me basically and took care of it for me. Now I do highly recommend, and I'll probably say this earlier, or I should have said this earlier in the video, this does not replace an accountant. I highly recommend getting an accountant and using this software, but this software is a very, very good first step into managing your business's finances on your own. So anyways, let's move past the tax stuff. And so the next tab is the reports. This is reports. Boring stuff, but if you want to look back over your profit losses, your receipts, your tax stuff, you can download these and look at it. This is also good if you have an accountant to be able to show these things to your accountant or anyone that needs to see financial data based on your business. This is the tab that you go to get that information, which is very nice that they have it already here. The next step, which is a big pillar in the software, is invoices. So this is basically an overview of the invoices that you've had. You can look back on older invoices, and you can also see the status, as if it's been paid or if it hasn't been paid yet, and how many days are left before they need to pay it. So I'll show you what it looks like to create an invoice. It's very, very simple. This is it. So you can fill in your client's name, their email, add an invoice number, the date that you're sending it out, and the due date. So it's typical to do a net 30, so add just a month, and it does that automatically for you. And then here you can add your work. Like if it's a flat rate, just like flat rate, choose that. Or you can go by hour or by item, and you can add that to your invoice. And then you'll start to see the money go up that you're going to be charging, which is always nice. And then you can add a message. And this is down here, the payment method. This is a big selling point to me, is that you don't have to sign up for another credit card servicing service. They have it here. It's a decent rate, but again, if you want, you can add that onto your client. This is totally up to how you run your business, but they do charge a fee and 25 cents. But there is a bank transfer option, which is very nice, which is free. So if your client is comfortable with doing that, they can do that, and no one gets charged fees. So it's an awesome feature to have. They look very great. Let's see if I can. Yes, I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna view a recent invoice. I'm gonna blur out the information, but see, what I wanted to show is that you can add a logo, and this just kind of, it looks very nice, very clean, very professional. So it's a very good invoicing software. So that's generally the gist of what QuickBooks Self-Employed is. I will show you, I won't go through these, but this is very important when you get the software, to go through your settings and fill out everything that applies to you. You'll definitely need to fill out your tax profile, if you're married, single, that sort of thing. What your vehicle is, they'll use that in adjunction to your mileage to calculate the deduction for taxes on your driving, that sort of thing. And then you add your bank accounts. This is the behind the scenes stuff, but once you get this set up, it's just as simple as going into your transactions and deciding if it's business or personal, and then going into your taxes and paying your taxes. It's that simple, and then your business finances are under control. You are managing them. But again, I do stress that you look into an accountant. Also, very cool for everyone that is watching this video, if you click the link down in the description and sign up for the service, you'll get 50% off. This is my ambassador link. I am a QuickBooks ambassador. So if you click that link and sign up for the software, you will get 50% off the normal software. If you want to add the TurboTax option, which I highly recommend, because you can pay your taxes through TurboTax, and then it'll import all of your QuickBooks Self-Employed information. You'll get 30% or 29% off of that. So either way, it's a very big savings if you purchase it through this link. I will also get some kickback from QuickBooks saying, thank you, Chris, for referring these customers to us. So if you think that this software is going to help you, which as a self-employed person, I think this is the way to go to handle your finances, please check out the link in the description and just try the software out. I believe if you click the link, it's $5 or so a month. It's super simple just to try it out and see if this helps you. So again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will try and help you as much as I can. So again, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.